Welcome back to the Soul Potential CEO podcast. In today's episode, we are going to explore the future of soulful leadership, coaching, and transformational work. I'm your host, Tia Marie, and we are going to dive into the 2025 Industry Thrive Report, an incredible resource I just shared with my community. You can find it on sanatia.com/thrive if you want to get your hands on this incredible tool. But we're going to be talking about the 10 trends today reshaping the coaching and healing industry. We're also going to support our claims with some data because it's one thing to say something and it's another thing to have the information to back it up. So if you are a coach, healer, or creator wondering how to position yourself to thrive in a rapidly evolving landscape, this episode is for you. These trends are not just predictions, they're shifts. As I mentioned, backed by real world data, and they're influencing how we show up and lead. So let's jump right in. Trend number 1, integration of the human and soul blueprints. So, what do I mean when I say aligning the human and soul blueprints? If you think about it, like you have two main aspects of yourself that you can tap into to create from. One of them is your human potential, and the other aspect of yourself is your soul's potential. So the truth is that you are naturally a creator. You are here creating life every single day in whatever way you do it, and you're pulling from these two blueprints in order to execute on what you are creating. An example of this is having a dream or desire to go on a vacation, having a dream or desire to start a new career, to find the relationship that you dream of, to write a book, to create art, this kind of like deep calling to expression, to leaving a mark, to sharing your voice, to being authentic. The dreamscape lives from the soul's blueprint or the soul's potential. The human potential or the human blueprint lives in the realm typically of conditioning, automatic responses, habits, behaviors, day-to-day action, physical, practical doings, beings, right? You are human and you also have a soul. It is not about making one bad or one even better than the other. Moving forward, successful mentorship now requires guiding clients to bridge their practical human experiences with the infinite wisdom of their soul. This claim is not just spiritual jargon. It is reflected in the rise of holistic health practices, emphasizing mental, physical, and spiritual integration. The wellness industry is prioritizing approaches that blend all aspects of being, highlighting the growing demand for mentors who can navigate both the earthly and the divine. The reason for this is that we have collected enough scientific data on life sciences, how the mind works, how behavioral adjustments work. Like we've been studying, we've been paying attention, and we've also, as an industry, spend enough time paying attention to the effects of the new age spiritual movement on personal development, and it is not lining up, I have to say. Okay, sorry. Oh, that was a delicious soul belly laugh. Okay, let me recollect myself. New age spirituality, what you gain on a weekend retreat through a guided meditation, through sitting and focusing on your breath, through dreaming about the notion that you are channeling dragons or obsessing over shadow work or archetypal exploration, that alone is not going to change your life on the day to day. People have had over the years a really tough time, especially in the online space where we're attempting to become effective and use spiritual tools to change the outcome of our lived reality. Why? Because it should fulfill that promise, right? Yes, we might feel better inside after attending a weekend workshop, but when we go home and 1 week later, our life doesn't feel any different, we're not experiencing the results, something in our system starts to ask questions, and it should. So, the future of coaching and healing and personal transformation is going to be deeply grounded in holistic practices. Mark my words, you'll see it coming. It's already happening. Trend number two, outdated certifications are losing their appeal. Nowadays, clients are less impressed by traditional certifications and more interested in the tangible results mentors can deliver. As reported by Markets Insider, the coaching industry is evolving towards hyper specialized niches, emphasizing real world impact over generic credentials. If your certifications don't come with a proven framework or a real world application, it's time to rethink your approach. This is what we offer inside the Soul Schematic certification, which is my ACCPH accredited certification training coaches and healers and transformational industry leaders for helping them to deepen their skills and learn how to facilitate growth from a soul mentorship perspective. This is a very hyper specialized niche. Simply because you say you lead people's souls does not mean you know how to facilitate that. You can disagree with me, but the word soul in the online spiritual industry or transformational industry has become a bit of a buzzword because it's not really definable in practical action. We understand that people who lead with soul lead from the parts of them that are connected to their essence, connected to the spark of God, connected to higher purpose, connected to inner magic, connected to inner wisdom. But then after that, we have to take the next step in learning how to live in a way that facilitates that and integrates, once again, the human action with a certain style of life and creation, a perspective really that helps us to move faster and become more effective. And the mentors, leaders, coaches, healers that learn how to facilitate this in their clients are going to be people who are very important in the industry. One, because this type of work helps create unique expression, not copy paste spirituality, and that is so needed. And two, it helps you build resilience in life to deal with anything that comes your way, which is a skill that we all need right now. Trend number three, the need for sacred, non invasive containers. Clients today crave mentorship spaces that honor sovereignty and respect individuality. This trend is about creating containers where clients feel empowered rather than codependent. We do not need to create any more codependency in this industry. The codependency often is a symptom of two things. And this is what creates cults. This is what creates followers of cults. This is also what creates the massive backlash that people experience when they unenroll from these environments. And it's very simple. One, if the coach is telling you what you think, what is truth for you, and that you should follow their strategy instead of using a framework to develop your own inner knowing and being flexible enough and respected enough to take responsibility for your own truth, then you are in an environment that is not sacred and is not non invasive. A recent wellness industry report I read highlights the growing popularity of personalized wellness experiences. These are things like sound therapy, guided meditations, giving clients the tools and information in order to craft their own bespoke experiences. So, this reflects a shift towards real non invasive, deeply personal approaches because clients are waking up to the fact that what works for you doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work for them. And we are inundated with knowledge. If we get online, we can search, we can find anything that we are curious about. But really, after that, it's more about how do we use this and how do we make it work for us? Super important. Trend number 4, the rise of high vibrational marketing. Fear based, scarcity driven marketing is out. Regardless of buyer psychology, human behavior, and our natural tendency to wake up and take action when something is wrong, we are finding and we will continue to find that the right type of client for us now resonates with messaging that inspires trust, empowerment, and transformation. According to Rolling Out, brands in the wellness space are responding by prioritizing integrity and authenticity in their marketing strategies. It's not just a trend, it's a call to lead with soul. Trend number 5, evolving expectations for coaches and healers. The industry is calling for leaders who can bridge spirituality with practicality. This means creating frameworks that deliver real world results while staying aligned with our soul's truth. Clients are tired of the fluff. They want actionable, grounded solutions that also honor their spiritual journey. This goes back to some of the other trends that I mentioned in the beginning of this podcast. We have spent enough time exploring our spiritual landscape. If we want to do a meditation, we know where to find it. If we want to go to a workshop, we know where to find it. It's everywhere. I can go on Instagram right now and see my entire feed filled with quotes, mindset hacks, ways to shift my quote unquote vibe. But if I'm not seeing the results, I'm asking questions about what is it going to take for me to embody this work. And the expectation, I believe, because we are becoming a more educated buyer, is that the next step that people are asking is, what can I do with this? And that's a really good sign. Trend number 6, greater emphasis on resilience and adaptability. The ability to model resilience is becoming a non negotiable skill for mentors. With uncertainty as a constant, clients are looking for leaders who can navigate challenges with confidence and grace. According to a recent article that I read, executive coaching market is booming, growing at a rate of 11.3% annually as leaders prioritize adaptability in an unpredictable world. This is a direct symptom of the world climate that we've been living in for the past 5 years. It's not changing. The need to build resilience and skills and maximize potential is a skill that will not only change the trajectory of your life, but give you the edge that you need to thrive no matter what comes your way. I cannot stress this enough. I read a post a long time ago where somebody said that resilience was the result of, or people who had a lot of resilience, that this was the result of trauma, as if being tough was simply the effect of a form of brokenness. This is absolutely fucking absurd. Resilience is not you being in your masculine, overcompensating because you're wounded. Resilience is strength. Resilience is building muscles. Resilience is spiritual fitness. Adaptability is soul potential in action. It's important. Make a move on it. Do it. It's going to serve you in the most incredible ways. And not only that, but it grows your inner state of confidence. And when you're confident, you create more of what you want in your life. It's a beautiful thing. Very important. Trend number 7, technology and connection redefine reach. Digital tools are expanding how coaches connect with their audiences, enabling meaningful engagement at scale. A recent Forbes article highlights how AI and other technology are revolutionizing coaching, allowing for more personalized and efficient client interactions. Not only that, but it can help you do a lot of the tasks that take up an incredible amount of time in a business where you most likely are the idea maker, the one leading, and the one executing, or at least leading others or guiding others to help you get things done. And so, because everything moves through you, being a bottleneck, as we know, is one of the toughest habits to break. And I have found maximizing AI within certain parameters for me in my business has been an absolute game changer. It comes down to the fact that there are certain things that I do not want to do. I do not want to figure out how to do. I am not interested in being my own secretary for every tiny, minuscule detail. And I use AI to leverage what I would call menial tasks that are actually the most important things to get done because they get in the way and they block you. So, any block for me is something to move through. And I love, love, love technology for that. I'm finally at the point where I feel like technology has caught up with my natural state of speed. What do I mean by that? Technology is now at a pace that can move as fast as I want to move, that can help me move as fast as I want to move. Everything before that felt a little bit too much like a drudgery, lots of blocks in the way, lots of dragging energy. And that's not my favorite vibe. So I'm someone who can see potential and make the best of it. And that's where I'm at this moment on that topic. Trend 8, clients demand depth over service level solutions. Woo! Listen up, man. Clients are done with mindset hacks and generic strategies. They want meaningful, multidimensional transformations that address their whole being. And when I say multidimensional transformations, I just mean going deep. I just mean going deep through the layers of you because you have many different ways that you process, express, experience yourself. A recent article points out holistic approaches combining all dimensions of self are dominating in the space because this means that we need to go deeper. We need more integrated solutions. We are done with the fluff. When you go deeper inside of yourself, and learn how to live from the perspective of soul mentorship, as I shared, you have the answers. You can guide people through that process in themselves. Trend 9, authenticity is the new standard. Clients can feel it. They can sense inauthenticity from a mile away. They are naturally drawn to mentors who embody integrity, alignment, confidence, and real world experience for the reason that when we see somebody else do it, when we are in a mirrored environment of being able to get the guidance and ask the questions like, how did you peel off the layers and know how to focus on what matters? That is so incredibly important because what I find in New Age spirituality is that people are constantly digging through the pile of clutter and not getting to the place where they are free. They're just creating new personas based on a problem oriented perspective and hoping, thinking, having been sold, that's going to be the solution. I think depth when it comes to self exploration has been a really mismanaged service in the spiritual self help industry and something that didn't happen decades and decades ago when people had real guides and mentors, oral tradition, close proximity to a mystery school guide or a mentor. Like mentorship from that perspective was about one, being even invited into mentorship first, and two, there was respect for the mentor, and three, there was sustained support over time. And as I mentioned, the close proximity to get the right kind of feedback. You weren't taking a weekend workshop, clearing your mother wounds, expecting that to help your life blossom. These behaviors, these types of containers have caused a lot of damage in the industry. And we are seeing a trend of moving away from that because people are waking up. And the final trend, the shift, this one is my favorite. It's my favorite, so I saved it for last. The shift from healing to creation. The era of endless healing loops is over. It's ending. I'm naming it. I'm calling it. You're going to see it come into light in the industry as well. But remember me when people are talking about it because I said it and I've been saying it for years. Clients are ready to move beyond cycles of fixing themselves and into actionable creation and alchemy. The reason for this is very simple. You are a creator. The most natural thing you do is create. When you focus on maximizing creation, all of the things that get in the way of that are going to come up anyways, except for if you actually want to push through and create the thing, you have to be a solution based person. You have to find the shift point. You have to find how you're going to get the job done. Contemplation, musing, and being a historian of your own life, expecting that some kind of time machine is going to take you back in history and change the past in order to change the future. We all know it doesn't work like that. So, creation is the paradigm, creation is the catalyst, creation is the way that you naturally heal versus get stuck in loops. So, creation focused approaches and personalized depth practices, personalized mentorship, unique to you, empowers individuals to take charge of their evolution. As someone who is really passionate about offering innovative, accelerated tools in the industry, as somebody who is really passionate about expressing my unique work in the world that comes from me, that helps others create what is to come from them, I can say that energy, I am all in for this industry shift. I am excited about it. It doesn't matter if it's more difficult right now to be heard, to close clients, to get attention. All of that is perfect. It's the opportunity for you to take the next step forward into mastery. That is an exciting proposition. So, these 10 trends represent a powerful shift in how we approach mentorship, coaching, and healing. The industry is evolving, and so must we. If you're ready to align with these trends and lead with soul, I invite you to download the 2025 Industry Thrive Report. It's packed with insights and strategies to help you stay ahead and thrive in this changing landscape. Thank you for joining me today on the Soul Potential CEO podcast. Remember, your work matters, and the world needs your brilliance now more than ever. Until next time, keep leading with soul and check out our show notes for links to upcoming offers and to grab your copy today. See you next time.